Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It is me again, Danielle from Sarah Riel Inc. And today I am joined by Diana from New Journey Housing. Hello, Diana.
Hi.
Thank you so much for taking some time to be with us today. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm well, thanks.
Good. So let's just jump right into things. Who or what is New Journey Housing?
New Journey Housing is a housing resource center for newcomers. So we're here to help anyone who was born outside of Canada with any housing issue. And so it could be people who are searching for housing, that they want a place to rent and they need more information. It could be people who are thinking about buying a house and they have questions about how to buy a house in Canada. Some people have problems in the housing where they are. Maybe they're struggling with a conflict with their landlord, or they have bed bugs or pests of some sort. And so the main idea is that we are there to give people information about housing so that they can solve their housing problems.
Okay, awesome. It sounds like you guys are doing a lot.
Yeah.
So, what would you say? Because what would you say are maybe some common misconceptions then that people may have about what New Journey Housing does?
Oh, sure. Yeah, good question. I would say that one big misconception is that sometimes people think that we will just give them housing, and we don't. We are not property managers. We don't own any housing, and so we don't have housing to give. But what we have is information about how housing works in Canada, and we will help people search for housing. But ultimately, uh, they are going to be the ones that make their own decision about where they're going to live.
Okay, very cool. So you're really giving people the tools and the knowledge, and you're empowering them to sort of make the right decisions in regards to housing and stuff for them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So, along with sort of providing some of those tools, what are the other services that you offer?
Sure. One of the big things that we do is our housing advisor program. So we allow people to come in and meet one-on-one with our housing advisors, and so then we can talk to people at their own level and at their own pace and help them work through their housing questions. Sometimes people just need a little bit of information and you don't need to come to a whole meeting about it. And so you can find a lot of good information about housing on our website, which we keep updated. And the other thing is that we offer workshops, both in person, and now because of COVID, we offer a lot of our workshops online. And in fact, some of them have been recorded and put on the website, so you can just access them anytime. And the workshops, we have one that's about renting, how to rent a home. And it's been split into two parts. The first part is how to search for a home, and then the second part is what to do once you've rented a home and what to do about that. Then we also have workshops about home purchasing and how to buy a home. And I would recommend that workshop for anyone, and especially even if you're not planning on buying a home, let's say this year, but you're thinking after 5 or 10 years you want to buy a home, take this workshop now because it helps give you ideas of how to set things up in your own personal finances so that when you actually are ready to buy a home, everything will be in place and you're prepared.
That's
Um,
excellent.
yeah, it's that one is a very, very good workshop. And then we also offer a 3-part workshop about money management. So the
Aha,
first
that one I
one,
know.
you know that one, yes.
I went to that one. It was great.
Yeah,
It was really informative. And with the workshops, the online ones at least, anyone can sign up to join those, right?
totally, yes. Yeah, so the first part is about basic budgeting, and then part 2 is about credit and online safety and that kind of stuff. And then part 3 is a bit more high level and is talking about investments and saving for your future, RRSPs,
The intimidating
TFSAs,
stuff.
all that intimidating stuff. And we talk about taxes as well. And you might think that it's a little strange to have an agency that's talking about housing to then also be talking about money management. But the reason we do that is because we found that for many of our clients, one of the biggest issues about getting the kind of housing that they wanted was maybe that they didn't have enough money for the house that they wanted, and money can sometimes be really tight.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to give people tools about how to best manage their money in the hopes that that can provide some safety and security, and that could lead into having more options for things like housing.
That's awesome. Those sound, I know for sure the money management one is really excellent, but the homeowners one sounds really great too, because I think a lot of times we go, oh, I'm going to buy a house, but then you forget there's like property tax and like school tax, like all of these other things that, like you said, right? Like you don't really realize everything that goes into it. So that's really awesome that you folks are doing that over there. So
Yeah, for sure.
if somebody then would want to be a client or sort of touch base with some of those services, how would they go about that? Do they need to be referred from like a referral resource? Can they self-refer? How would that work?
Yeah, so anyone who was born outside of Canada can be our client, and they can just call us up directly, or someone can call on their behalf. If sometimes language can be a barrier, and so but in our office we actually have staff who speak many different languages, so there is a good chance that if you call, someone in our office will speak your language, as long as we can figure out what it is. But yeah, there's no need to fill out any kind of referral forms or anything. You can just call us directly, and then we'll help you figure out which of our services would best, suit your needs. Yeah, and I would say don't forget, I think a lot of people forget how much we actually have on our website. And so if it's a simple question, you might easily find it there anyway. And the reason that we say anyone who's born outside of Canada can be our client is because there are people who are newcomers who sometimes don't qualify for other programs. So for example, we will take people who are permanent residents, people who have already become Canadian citizens now.
Ask that, okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
We will take people who are international students, or even here on a visitor visa and they have questions about housing. If you're a refugee claimant, anyone born outside of Canada can be our client.
Oh, wow. That's super awesome. What a great resource to have in the city. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much for being here. I do have one final question. It looks like you're working from home.
I sure am. Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite home office knickknack or painting, or your favorite office item?
Okay, well, I do have right above me here this batik, which I bought in Egypt, and it has been gracing the wall behind me since COVID started.
That's excellent. I think it's a fine choice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you, Diana, so much for being here with us today. What is the website real quick?
It's newjourneyhousing.com.
Perfect. We'll make sure that we put all of that contact info in the video description. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the latest resource we have in Winnipeg. All right. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.